Let's talk about UTIs, urinary tract infections. You can see these in children, and then adults can experience these, and sometimes you may experience them recurring, where they just happen over and over and over again. So what's really happening here? This is a bacterial infection that tends to build up, and then you start creating all kinds of low back pain, frequent urination, and symptoms that can even feel like chills and fever. So you can really feel pretty bad with a UTI. And I know that for children especially, sometimes it can be hard to diagnose because they maybe can't communicate quite what they're feeling. It might be more of a doubling over or pain in their stomach. So what can we do about UTIs? The good news is this is bacteria, and we can definitely clear this out with some natural remedies. And there are things that they'll give you that are antibiotic in nature that can work, but again, we're disrupting the good gut flora. So let's address what's going on here in the bladder and make sure that we are really supporting your body in a way that's healthy, that gives your immune system and gut the best chance for recovery. So a few things that I like are cranberry juice, and you may be familiar with this as kind of an old remedy or hack, is that a lot of people will say if you have a UTI, cranberry juice. And that's because it prevents bacteria to sticking to the bladder wall. Now, if you're looking for something even more of an isolate to target this, D-mannose, so it's D with a little dash and then mannose, can be a supplement you can purchase. Any natural grocer should have this, but that also has the same inhibitory effect of preventing the bacteria to sticking to the bladder wall. So that's going to flush it out a little bit more. Drinking enough water is going to be really important if you're dealing with a UTI, right? Because that buildup of bacteria needs to be flushed out. So stimulating the liver and the kidneys and the gallbladder to help move things out is going to be very, very helpful. Now, dandelion tea is excellent for that. Has a very light, earthy taste to it, and it is caffeine free. So I love dandelion. You can use it in tea bags. You could do loose herbs and make it on your own at home. But it's very easy to incorporate. And again, that's going to stimulate the liver to help detoxify, also produce bile that then your gallbladder can release, and the kidneys as well. So that's how these are all pathways to move toxins and bacteria out of the body. So consider incorporating dandelion tea into your regimen, as well as cranberry juice, 1 to 2 glasses a day, and maybe some D-mannose. You can take about 500 milligrams 4 times a day. So break up those doses several different times throughout the day. Now, as far as immune support, because your immune system is now fighting this bacteria, you would want to consider doing some echinacea. And echinacea we've talked about for almost every single condition. So 1,000 milligrams once to twice a day is going to help support the immune system. Uva ursi is an amazing herb that helps with the bladder specifically for infection. So you can take this as a supplement, and that's going to help, again, clear out the bacteria, supporting the bladder in that way. Increase the consumption of water with minerals, filtered water and minerals, and then you can also use, make sure I have the right one here, oregano. So oregano leaf you can use as a tincture because of its antibacterial nature, as well as clove bud. So you can add a drop of clove oil to water once or twice a day, and that's going to also have that effect of clearing out. It's antibacterial, so that's going to help support fighting the bacteria that is infected there. And then oregano, this is an oregano rollerball and myrrh, but you can use myrrh oil as well. I'm just here just showing this as a representation. If you want to use clove, oregano, and myrrh together, those 3 are great. If it's a lot for you to handle, you can use just clove or clove and myrrh, and those 2 together are very antibacterial. So foods that would harm include sugar and caffeine, alcohol, spicy foods, and dairy. I would keep all of those out of the diet while you're fighting a UTI, and then incorporate just lots of clean foods that are high in nutrients. So all of the whole foods. Go to the produce side and pick the healthiest things that you can find over there that are organic, that are regeneratively sourced. If it's animal products, things that are really clean and have a very light toxic load, because again, your body is fighting something off. We don't want to add to that level of toxicity in the body that you already have to keep kind of of working against. So essential oils are great, D-mannose, cranberry juice. Try not to get the ones with extra sugar because the sugar is going to drive more, it's going to feed, right? So you think about bacterial infections, they love feeding on sugar. So keep all of the sweets out of the diet while you're doing that. And then if you do cranberry juice, look for the kind that's just purely cranberries, no added sugar. All right, I hope this has helped you guys. Drink lots of water. Keep these little strategies, tools on hand. If you have a UTI in the future, or if your child does, know that there are some options for you to work with that can help offset the load of that bacteria, clear it out, flush it out of the system, and bring balance, and ultimately get rid of the symptoms that you're experiencing. So I hope this serves you guys.